Talk about God forbears, God forgives, and we're going to look at a few things here in from Colossians 3:13, where it says, "Forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do you." So if there's any quarrels and fighting, and it's like so many times people are so unforgiving and they're so up front with their opinions that it doesn't matter that it hurts people, or when we get into these things, it's kind of, we'd rather be right than and lose people or friendships, and sometimes it's just better to be a little quiet, and so when we begin to look at that, we can see some things that might help us. And so anyway, as I sit here and I get to thinking, there is a couple things that really need to stand out to us here, okay? And so let's look at a little thought here that's written down. God forbears, God forgives, okay? In Colossians 3:13 now, he's telling us to forbear, okay? And so when we look that up, and we start looking at the words in Greek, and it says to leave off, to be silent, to keep back, to hold back. It's like breathing, Sometimes people will say, take a breath before you say anything. And in Ephesians 2, it says, with lowliness and meekness and long-suffering, forbear one another. It means to spare. It seems like sometimes we are the judge and jury and the executioner all together. And, instead of trying to help people. And so as I thought about that, I thought, well, there should be four things. And if you look at the little bear here, there is a bear to the left, a bear to the right, a little bear in the middle, and then there is a fourth bear that is the head of a bear, if you can see that right there. But what I want to talk about right here is four words, and we'll call them bears today, just to kind of help us out just a little bit. But God's forbears, okay? The first thing we need to do sometimes is to remove ourselves from a situation. If it's hot or volatile, we need to remove ourselves, okay? And it's like, you know what? I'm going to wait and come back, And sometimes, in anger or in confusion or fear, people do a lot of things that do a lot of damage. And so we have to work on that. Okay, and so the first word is remove, okay? And then